What is going on, guys? This is Tom or Tots and Wrestling. Welcome back to another video. This is my second day in a row uploading. Actually, it's my fourth day in a row uploading, but the previous 2 days were deleted because their videos did not do well in the slightest. Today we're going to be looking at some botches that you might have missed from AEW Fight for the Fallen, as well as giving my overall review of it and saying some other cool footnotes from the show. So the first botch I'm going to talk about is a botch that we all know. I've got two botches to talk about today, but I'm going to talk about them in depth because there's more to them. Let's start off with the captions. If you're watching Double or Nothing, A Fight for the Fallen, God, I can't speak. If you're watching it, you might have noticed that some random ass captions appeared, and they were very weird because a lot of them weren't right. They had @ symbols and random numbers, and overall it just did not make sense in the slightest. And it wasn't like this was a thing you could toggle on and off if you're watching on BR Live or Fight TV, which is where they appeared. They would just stay there. You couldn't toggle them on or off. They just stayed on. You had no choice but to read them until they were eventually turned off after the tag match, that the women's tag match in the buy-in, which is another thing we're going to talk about right now. I think you all already know what I'm going to speak about here, and that is the fact that Britt Baker gave a hot tag to the wrong person. Now many people are saying, oh, she's racist because she just saw a Japanese person and thought that it was her partner because she's Japanese. No, she's not racist. She was concussed. Basically, in the match, she got concussed, and I suspected that she got concussed because overall she seemed quite sloppy and loopy during the match, which is very much not like her because Britt Baker is good. Britt Baker's really good in the ring. I think I suspect it to be from the stomp on the head by B. Priestley, because following that she seemed very loopy. Obviously B. Priestley is not to blame for it. It was a freak accident. Neither of them are to blame for the hot tag mess or the concussion itself, because overall it was still a good match, and Britt Baker is an absolute trooper for being able to work the entire match with a concussion, because she was back in the ring even after the concussion. Like, she was working the match. So big ups to her. Hope she gets well soon. Britt Baker versus B. Priestley is probably going to happen at All Out, and I'm very excited. And then in general, I want to talk about Ali versus Brandi. It was just a botchy match in general, especially that ending spear. It very just looked like a shoulder tackle, just a diving shoulder tackle rather than a spear, because Ali hadn't fully turned around yet. Brandi, in my opinion, shouldn't be getting in the ring this early into her training. Like, she's not trained that much. I mean, and she shouldn't be winning either. I mean, it feels like she's just taken on a Stephanie McMahon role, which is what no one wants to see. The whole reason we're watching AEW is as an alternative to WWE, but we're getting something that's along the same lines of WWE, with Stephanie McMahon basically being Brandi Rhodes. Like, imagine Stephanie McMahon just hired Nia Jax as her bodyguard. That's what it feels like with Brandi Rhodes using Awesome Kong. It very much feels like that. Okay, now I'm just going to give my overall review, talk about the results and highlights of AEW Fight for the Fallen. Starting off with the buy-in, Sonny Kiss defeating Peter Avalon. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't mind the Librarian gimmick. I actually quite liked it in this show. I thought it wasn't as heavy as the last show was, where, you know, they definitely did very much just abuse it and it got some bad heat. But the fans this show were chanting reading sucks, and that's not go away heat. That's literally them buying into the character. You can say it's go away heat all you want, but it's just them buying into the character. This was a fairly short match. It was about 5 minutes, but it was an okay match, and Sonny Kiss defeated Peter Avalon, and it was alright. Next up, we had that tag match I was talking about previously, B. Priestley and Shoujo Nakajima against Dr. Britt Baker and Riho. And a surprise win, B. Priestley and Shoko won, which I was really not expecting. I was expecting Britt Baker and Riho to continue going undefeated, but I'm quite glad they won, because B. Priestley, in my opinion, I really want her to be the inaugural women's champion. I've been a fan of her for years, and I'm really excited to see her in AEW. And again, it was a really good match. I mean, it was one of the longest matches of the card, and it delivered, in my opinion. I thought it was a great women's match, probably the best women's match on the card, given the other one was Brandi versus Ali, which we'll get on to that one later, but this match was pretty good. Then we had the 6-man tag to open the show, which was originally a pre-show match, but I'm glad it wasn't, because this was probably my favourite match of the night. I really enjoyed it. MJF, Sammy Guevara and Shawn Spears defeated Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc and Joey Janela. Every single person in this match looked like a star. MJF was just his classic heel. He was so good and just amazing at getting heat, and him and Shawn Spears were going back and forth, and it was so entertaining. Sammy Guevara was just doing crazy high spots, high flying moves. He looked brilliant. Shawn Spears, amazing heel work. His heel work in this was amazing. He was proper menacing, and he was the one who picked up the win. Darby Allin was huge over with the crowd and got that hot tag when he came in to face Shawn Spears, which got a huge reaction, and he's just very good in the ring in general. Janela just doing what he always does, being a spot monkey, taking crazy bumps, and he even said F you Cornette when he did a Death Valley driver to Sam Guevara on the hardest part of the ring, aka the apron. And Jimmy Havoc, in my opinion, looked like the biggest star to me in this match, just in my opinion, because if anyone who knows Jimmy Havoc knows he's a deathmatch guy. He's weapons, weapons, weapons. But this match had no weapons, and he just showed how amazing of a wrestler he is without having to use weapons. I mean, he's so damn good. And the team that got the win, like I said, was MJF, Sam Guevara, and Shawn Spears. I'm rambling on. I loved this match. 6-man tags in AEW are meaningful. Like, WWE, why can't you do this with your 6-mans? And then we had Brandi Rhodes versus Ali, probably the worst match of the night. The thing is, it wasn't actually that bad, considering Brandi Rhodes is very unexperienced. But Ali very much carried her, so credit where it's due to Ali for doing very good in this match. But Brandi Rhodes just defeating Ali by itself is just such a poor decision, and yeah, I hope Brandi isn't the first women's champion, or the women's champion anytime soon. No offense, Brandi. I definitely want to see Brandi in the ring, just maybe now isn't her time, especially against someone like Ali, who could be one of the faces of the division, and it's kind of putting a bad look on her, and also a bad look on Awesome Kong, who is one of the most renowned women's wrestlers in the world. Then next up we had the Triple Threat Tag Team match, which I was predicting to steal the show. It didn't quite steal the show, it was still really good. It was the Dark Order, aka Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, against Angelico and Jack Evans, and a boy and his dinosaur, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, who, my god, they are complete stars. Both as singles competitors and as a tag team, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are going to be stars, man. There were some awesome spots, some awesome double team spots in this match, particularly from Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. And Angelico and Jack Evans were being the spot monkeys, or the high spots people, doing the crazy high flying flippy stuff. And overall, I think the Dark Order really impressed me as well, because I'm not too familiar with them. They obviously picked up the win, and they'll face the Best Friends at All Out for a first round bye in the AEW World Tag Team Championship tournament, which we all predicted. But again, it was a really good match, and there were times where I really thought that Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus could win this. But man, I would love to see Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus as the first champions. I think overall it should be the Young Bucks, because the first champions should be the main players, and so the Young Bucks should win it, I think. But if Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus were to win, I wouldn't mind it, because they're stars right now, and their stock is only going to grow. Then for the next match was Adam Page versus Kip Sabian. I want to talk about one moment in particular in this match, when Kip Sabian a fan was trying to trash talk Kip Sabian right in his face, which is just, oh, so cringy. Like, man, get a life to that fan, whoever you are, get a life, honestly. And Kip Sabian tried to kiss him as a response. Oh my god, Kip Sabian, you're a genius, my friend. That was so hilarious. Kip Sabian, again, he looked really good in the match. The thing that I found with a lot of AEW matches is that the loser still comes out looking good, and that's something you don't really see in a place like WWE. Adam Page obviously won. It was quite predictable, this match as well, but a great match, and Kip Sabian looked really good. And afterwards, Chris Jericho attacked Adam Page, disguised as one of the Dark Order's creepers, as they're called now. Not minions now, creepers. They've gone from Despicable Me to Minecraft. Creeper, oh man. Then in another match of the night contender, this match was so good. Lucha Brothers defeated SoCal Uncensored, made by Frank Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. And the Lucha Brothers did get the win, which they should have got, because they've lost both their matches so far. I think that's my dog shaking outside. But either way, this match was phenomenal. Great stuff by both teams. Definitely two teams that will eventually be tag champions in AEW. Lucha Brothers continuing to impress, showing that they are one of the best tag teams in the world. And SoCal Uncensored, that's just so charismatic. I mean, yeah, this match couldn't go wrong, like, anywhere, and it didn't. It was great. Oh, and after the match, the Lucha Bros challenged the Young Bucks to a ladder match, so they're going to face off one more time. Basically a best of 3, because Young Bucks won at Double or Nothing, Lucha Bros won at AAA. Now they're going to have a ladder match to finish it off at All Out, which I think is a good decision. And then we had Kenny Omega versus Shima in another rather predictable match. Kenny Omega wins, because of course he was going to win. No one else was going to win this match. Again, a good match here. Not the match of the night, but I think both of them proved themselves. There was some really cool spot where Shima climbed up to a ledge where like the seating area was and jumped down onto Kenny Omega with a diving knee while he was lying on like some sort of table or desk, and it was a brutal spot. And then we had the main event, the Rhodes brothers versus the Young Bucks. Of course this was going to be good, and it was. I liked the spot where they stole each other's moves, where the Young Bucks did the classic Dusty Rhodes uppercut, and then Cody and Dustin hit the super kicks on the Young Bucks. I thought that was a really funny moment, and again this match was just telling a great story of two teams made up of brothers facing each other, and the Young Bucks picked up the win, which I did predict. This match was probably the hardest to predict who's winning. I don't think neither team have taken any damage if they were to lose, because they both looked amazing in the match. That's going to do it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, then go ahead and smack that like button as always. Goodbye, guys, and keep on rolling.
Greetings and salutations. This is Almighty Christopher Daniels, sometimes known as the Fallen Angel, but always known as the greatest wrestler in the world. Your mom's favorite wrestler, your dad's favorite wrestler, the world's favorite wrestler. I'm also a paragon of virtue, an inspiration to children everywhere, and the man with the rear that makes the girls cheer. And while you're watching me, I'm telling you, you're also watching Top 10 Wrestling. So, congratulations.